Drake, what's going on? How are you doing during this time?
I'm okay, holding up, spending more time with the wife and playing video games. So quarantine isn't a bad thing. Isn't a bad thing at all.
What video games?
So I'm currently all right. Let me lean over this. I just bought this thing,
Oh my
for Iron Man virtual reality,
Wow.
and I've never had more motion sickness in my life.
I was about to
I'm
say, I
just
feel like when you put that on, you must like transport to space or something.
I don't know where I am. Like my wife has found me facing the wall behind us, like just staring at it with like my sticks just behind my arms, like flying like Iron Man. I'm just facing a wall, but I don't know where I am because I'm in the clouds somewhere. You can't explain it. It's so weird, so weird.
Oh my
But
goodness.
yeah, I'm glad I bought it. But yeah, the motion sickness is kicking in.
Oh my God. You know what? I had a chance to interview last year. I believe it was at SummerSlam or a couple years ago now in Toronto. And you were one of my favorite people to talk to because you're so fun.
Oh, okay. Well, again, smiles. It's just, yeah, if you can be fun with stuff, it's just that whole run with the 24/7 title was just all about smiles, and that was the levity part of our show, which I felt that it was very serious at times. There wasn't a lot of entertainment, and like that's what people do enjoy.
Right.
I always remember watching it when Kurt Angle, as much of a badass he also would put a cowboy hat on and sing songs. It didn't make him any less of a badass or a geek or anything like that. It
Yeah.
made him a real fun
Yeah.
personality.
Well, I'm talking to you right now. I feel like you're as real as it gets, like you're so funny and everything, but also right now in the world, there's so much going on and, a lot of fear and uncertainty. And I feel like you faced a lot of that at the beginning of COVID-19 in terms of
Yeah.
your job. And you posted one of the most vulnerable and emotional videos I've seen someone post, maybe ever.
If these are the last three matches I have, I just want everybody watching at home to know that you'll have my all. You'll have everything. It's not about a title anymore. It's about my life. It's about feeding my family, paying my bills. So if I don't make an impression, if I don't win, that's it for me.
What was that moment like for you?
I think that you used the best word ever there, and it was vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
I've never allowed people to see me before. I've never let everybody see James before.
Yep.
It wasn't James playing a character because that's his job. It was, yo, this is my real life. This sucks, but I'm gonna turn it round, and I really hope I'm gonna turn it round. But this is where I'm at, and if I don't win this tournament, I don't think it's gonna work out for me. But here it is, and it was more so an accountability thing because I was filming the Return to the Ring YouTube thing that the NXT were doing with
Mm-hmm.
me, and it just landed in our lap. Like, I mean, we saw Drew McIntyre's documentary change course when I'm going to main event WrestleMania. There's a pandemic. You've got to come home. We've got to do it at the Performance Center, and it's like this documentary just changes course. And I said to him, "This is a story now, man. Like, let's just go with it. It's right here." So I just sat and made like a little accountability crib for myself that like I'm going to do what I always do, and being a 5'4" guy in the wrestling business is pretty damn difficult. It is, but never let that deter me. So if there's a door to knock down, I'll knock it down. And if I've got to stop people judging a book by its cover, I'm going to do it. And that's been my goal every time. It's just determination for the same thing over and over again. It's just the ladder has more steps when you're not very tall. And you just got to keep on going. So it was vulnerable is the best word I would describe it, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm actually like it actually therapeutically helped me as a man to mature. It really helped me. So
And
you know.
I think that there's such power in people with platforms sharing their story or their emotion and being vulnerable, because I feel like you must have reached a lot of people who might have been dealing with certain similar emotions, maybe not in the WWE world, but who may have also lost their job or dealing with a lot of adversity. You had the ability to maybe talk to them and help them and let them know that they're not alone. That's what I loved about that video. I wasn't sitting there being like, oh, poor, of course I felt for you, but I was like, wow, this guy's helping, he's healing right now himself and many others in the world. And I thought that that's one of the most admirable things someone can do. So I just really wanted to let you know that when I saw that, it really like touched my heart, not to be all like sappy and stuff, but
No, man, like
very admirable.
That really means a lot. And there's no words for that. So, thank you. Thank you.
How did you feel when you had the opportunity to come back and now be on NXT stage?
Blown away. It's somewhere I always envisioned me fitting in better, if you know what I mean, as a wrestler. Yes. and as a personality on there. But also it's like the black and gold brand, as they call it, has been built from the ground up. And I used to watch it when I used to work for TNA. I used to watch NXT when it was in Full Sail as the network special developmental brand, and I tell people like, you should watch this show. Like it's an hour long, but they book it and they do it very slowly. And the stories, I'm interested in everything. And then it grew, and then it grew, and then Finn Balor came, and then Kevin Owens came, and then Sami Zayn came, and Samoa Joe, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And now you've got guys like Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Undisputed Era that have literally just built this place up until now that it's on television every Wednesday. So it's like, to not have respect for all those guys and everybody the back staff that made this what it is, the big the big black and gold brand it is now, is of course you want to be a part of something like that. And it's growing as well. It's the global expansion towards NXT UK as well. It's just going to keep on growing. So I have a few ties to the United Kingdom, so it just, of course, it interests me greatly, and like I'm so blessed to be where I'm at right now.
On Aftermath TV, one of our favorite brands is NXT. I swear we don't have anything, everything we say about it is positive, and we always love tuning into the matches. In your opinion, what sets NXT apart from the other brands?
I think that it sets itself apart basically because, I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. Robert Stone getting run over by a tank, by the way, is just that. I don't know why that's just the first thing that came to my mind, but it's like we have the levity, but everybody's fighting for the same thing, and that's to be a champion. Whether that be the NXT Women's Champion, whether that be the Tag Champion, whether that be the North American Champion, the NXT Champion. Everybody's fighting for a goal. Everyone has a reason to fight, and the key word, fight. Everyone's a competitor, willing to fight to get to where they want to be and what stage they want to be. So that's what separates it. I feel that SmackDown has a good mix of everything as well, with the spice of entertainment and the serious wrestling. And I think Raw is just a great throwback to how Monday Night Raw used to be in the late 90s. I think it just has these crazy characters that are just everywhere. But like, I think all three brands offer something really special,
During, this space of time, what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself? Because, it's life, there's ups and downs, but I feel like a lot has happened in the past 4 months. What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself?
That I can only control what's in front of me. And that no matter what, everything will be okay. That you sometimes can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's always going to be okay. It really is Finding Nemo, man. Just keep on swimming, and everything will be okay.
If there was a wrestler or an athlete in a similar situation as you a few months ago, what would be the piece of advice you'd give them now sitting here, back in NXT, back in the WWE world, doing this interview? What would that piece of advice be?
If you focus on others, you'll be bitter. If you focus on yourself, you'll get better. And I really believe that. I
love that. Do you see yourself with the 24/7 championship anytime soon, or is that now off your radar?
Yeah, I think they had enough for me. That's probably why they fired me. So it's just like just keep him away from that. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, ninjas, that ain't my thing. Like archery is one thing, ninjas is a whole different. I've seen Jackie Chan movies, I've seen Bruce Lee movies. I'm not about ninjas, man. Not about ninjas at all. So I'm just gonna keep well away from that, the black and gold brand, and just you do you, boo. I'm good.
Jake Maverick, I don't know. I'm such a fan as you, like as a character in WWE as well as a human being. Thank you so much for your time. But before I let you go, I need to ask you what it's like to be an Everton fan. For all the football fans out there in Canada, I have to say, I think the majority of fans that I know are Liverpool fans. So you won't be happy to hear that, but.
Yeah, but that's Canada in general. It's either just Liverpool or Man United, isn't it?
It's true.
I would say being an Everton fan is the emotional roller coaster that is the life of a WWE superstar. You don't know what day you're going to get it. One day you're facing relegation, the next day you're in the you
could win the league.
You could win the league. You just don't know. So God bless Goodison Park and up the Toffees. Yeah.
We can agree on that. Anything's better than being an Arsenal fan, right?
Absolutely anything in the world. I'll throw in Aston Villa with that as well.
I feel like I'm going to get torn up in the comments for that one. So, but I mean, I'm going to stand firm in that one. It's hard being an Arsenal fan. One thing you're up, next thing you know, like you're up 4-0, and then you lose the game 5-4, and you're just like, what happened? What happened within 90 minutes? I don't know.
I don't think they've been the same since Arsene Wenger's left. I really don't.
Yes.
But Man United had the same. They had that transition from when Ferguson left. It's a very tough transition when you've had a manager for so long.
Absolutely.
It's like, I can only imagine it that if someone else was in charge of WWE and Vince McMahon wasn't like it would be just imagine. That's what the change of a football team manager really is. It's like you haven't got that head coach anymore. So who knows?
There's no one better than Youre Bear, right? Mr. Jurgen Klopp. All right, Jake Maverick, thank you so much. Good luck with everything. Hope we can talk to you soon and stay healthy and safe, and tell your wife we say hello and keep playing those video games. All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.